Let's get busy. Let's get busy today on Love, Lust, and Lies. And I am your host, Ken Canion. And on today's show, I'm going to show y'all 4 tricks that men play on women. 4 tricks that men play on women. So if you know somebody who probably needs this video, why don't you just share it with them? Call their name out, whatever you have to do to get them excited about, coming on board, seeing what we're doing today. All right. So again, I am Ken Canion, the host of Love, Lust, and Lies. And on today's show, we're going to talk about 4 tricks that men play. So let's start when I mean tricks. So y'all listen. One of the things I want to do is keep it real 100 on the show. So if you're in a relationship with a male, I'm speaking for males today because that's perspective that I'm coming from. So step 1, first of all, understand this. The way men think, and I talked about the sex thing at first because a man's whole desire is let's talk about 3 kinds of connections. Let's start there. First, there are 3 kinds of connections if you're ever going to be successful in a relationship. I've talked about this before. There's the physical connection. We're all sexual beings. We're all wired to want to have sex. God gave us that so that we would procreate. The second thing is the mental connection. The mental connection, the reason why he gave us that is because we're not like other animals. We have the ability to reason, to think critically, to analyze, to think about our lives in a different way. So he gave us that so that we could determine the path of our lives. Unlike animals work from instincts. So instinctually they do this, they hunt, they do. It's not even personal. If a lion kills a gazelle, that's not personal. It's just she's wired instinctually to do that. And then the last one is the emotional connection. Here's the thing that God gave us. He gave us this because this is the gift that he gave us. See, the physical connection to procreate. I created man to procreate. The mental connection is so that we would understand each other, so that we would, intellectually understand it. But the emotional connection is the gift that God gave us. Because the emotional connection is the matters of the heart. All right, that's where we begin to feel things. That's where our hormones begin to race. And all of a sudden, we decide that's what makes us different from other creations. So now, that being said, those 3, physical, emotional, mental. I said this yesterday. What men want is we want the physical first. That's what drives us first. We want the physical connection first. However, what women want, they want an emotional connection, but what they do is they attempt to use the physical just like men to get the emotional connection. And it doesn't work like that. It don't work like that for women. Because again, they're wired differently. The testosterone and the estrogen are wired differently. So men, their first objective is, I want to get that booty first. I want to get that thing first. If we develop a connection down the line, okay, fine. But if we don't, well, but can't we just keep hitting it? Because that's the way we wire. Now, here's the problem that women make. The problem is that they want the emotional connection, but they use the physical connection to try to get to the emotional connection. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that because here's what you think. You make the calculation. You say, if I give it to him, if I take care of him, if he knows I'm that ride or die chick, then he'll be like, I'm a great candidate. And that's not the way men think. So what you do is you do things for him. You pick up his laundry, you cook for him, you clean the house, you give him that thing good and you thinking I am presenting myself in a way that makes me look good. So remember y'all, and what happens is men don't think about it like that. And so today, because remember, our whole objective is to the physical connection first. And so if I get the physical connection first, we'll see what happens down the road. But women, what I'm going to tell you is that's not what you want. Now, you might say, I'm grown, I can have sex. Sure you can. If the physical connection is your idea, you're a grown woman, do it. But if emotional connection is your number one goal, don't start with the physical because you ain't gonna backtrack and go get it. It's rare that you'll go get it. Sometimes he will give it to you, but rarely. Number one, first thing is listen to me carefully. A man, because first thing is he tells her or you what you think you want to hear, what he thinks you want to hear. Now listen to me carefully, because what happens is when you get in a relationship with a guy, because remember, you don't know, and he may not even know if he wants an emotional connection with you, a long-term committed relationship with you. But here's what he does. So he's going to, because his objective is sex, and again, if that is your objective, you don't need this advice. Y'all just go get it. But if your objective is something different, he's going to tell you what he thinks you want to hear. That's why I coach people, women say, I wish he would just be honest. I wish he would just be honest. Okay, but think about that. Think about the premise of what you just said. The premise is that he would be honest, but in his honesty might negate him getting his goal. If his goal is physicality, if his goal is hitting that booty, getting that thing, that's going against his goal. So what he does is he says, I'm going to project what I think you want to hear. And that is the reason why sometimes you just be careful. Listen to the questions. I always say, don't listen to what a man says. Listen to what he does. See, a man will say anything to get what he wants. So he'll say, it goes something like this. Let me tell you the real world. So let me give it to you. It goes something like this. He might say, hey, beautiful, every morning you just meet him. Hi, beautiful. Happy having a wonderful day. And you think, wow, he's checking on me. I've never had a man want to check on me. And then he might call you, hey, I'm coming over. Would you like me to pick you up something? Okay. Then he says, so what he's doing is he's telling you all of the things. Oh, I love those nails. Now watch. I'm not saying he's inauthentic. He might be authentic, but only time tells. Time tells the tale, y'all. Time reveals everything. And so women, you have the power, the most power you will ever have before you give up the draws. You will have the most power you will ever have because now you get to see. All you have to do is wait it out. Now, again, if you just want to get that thing up and y'all just talking about that, all right, cool. That's all I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, don't listen to what a man says. Listen to what he does. Now, what you want to do is because watch this. Listen to. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna tell you that in point two. When I tell you point two, you're gonna be like, oh, this all makes sense. Second thing that men do, tricks that men play, is they do what I call minimum wage you. A man will minimum wage you. Now, how many of you would work for minimum wage? None of you. None of you on this would work for minimum wage unless you absolutely had to. But why is it that women accept for men to do just enough to keep the relationship going? He texts you just enough so he can come over, and you allow it. And what happens is when you allow the minimum wage behavior, then he feels like, well, this is all I got to pay you. This is all I got to invest in you. And so when you don't require more, as Michelle is saying, and when you don't require more, then you don't get more. You won't, because I believe that you're only worth minimum wage. And so the thing about minimum wage is this, is some people, y'all know what I'm talking about. You know how a joker just call you just enough, doing just enough to keep you on the hook. Just enough so I can call you. Just enough so I can come by. Just enough so I can just keep stabbing that thing. And you accept that. You wouldn't accept that on any job. Why do you accept it in a relationship? Why do you accept it in a dating relationship? However, if you can't hold out that long, here's what I do say. And I told my daughters this. I said, listen, the truth of the matter is you're a grown woman. I get it. But this is what I want you to do. I want you to make sure his intentions for you are genuine. And a man will can I tell you the truth? A man will reveal his intentions if no sex is involved. He will. If a man, and don't get this twisted, a man may want sex from you, but because he's into you, he will forego that and wait until that time is right. if he's not interested in you beyond sex, he is unwilling to wait. He's unwilling to wait. And see, that's all you got to do. And I tell my daughters, just wait. Just wait long enough till he reveals himself. I'm telling you. So the reason why y'all, okay, so I ain't just talking shit. Let me give you something. I'm not just talking shit. Now, I wasn't a virgin when I got married. When I was out there doing everything I wanted to do, hitting it, whatever I wanted to hit, everything I could hit, I did it. That's why I'm bona fide, qualified to teach this shit now. Because when I changed, when I decided my purpose was bigger than pussy, then all of a sudden I can do that. But let me tell you something. A man can wait. Before my wife and I got married, long story short, we had been doing it. And I told God, I said, God, I want to be a good husband. I don't want to go out here and be screwing something else. I don't. I said, I'm going to consecrate my marriage to you. For 1 year, we did not have sex. 1 year. And I said she wanted to because again, we had already had it. But I stopped 1 year prior to our marriage because I said, I value this that much. And don't let nobody tell you that a man ain't willing to wait for you. I mean, so I waited 1 year to do it again. Now, we had done it before, but the truth is, y'all, it's the same thing. The shit is the same thing. When you want to bust, it's the same damn things. You're right. When my purpose got bigger than pussy, that's when I stopped that. And so when I'm telling you, he will wait. All you got to do is be willing to hold him to a standard. I think Steve Harvey, what he say, 90-day rule. I don't subscribe to that. If he put a number on it, I subscribe to make him wait long enough to the emotion, till you know whether the emotion, it may be 4 months. It may be 2 months. It may be 60 days, maybe 120 days. It may be 6 damn months. I don't know. But that's what I do know. Number 3, tricks that men play. Now, this is a good one, but this is very subtle. You got to watch this one. He will put you down to build himself up. Now, I'm not saying he's going to put you down heavy like you're this, you're that. No. What he does is he says a little stuff about you. This is called negging. That's a term, y'all. That is a term, negging, where what he does is, he was like, so you say you have value. You're a woman that has value. You believe in yourself. Or you could be a woman who maybe low self-esteem. And what he says is, y'all, your car raggedy. You know, you need a new car. You know, how you going to look good wearing a car like that? Now, listen to what I'm saying. So what he does is, and there's a study out that says this. If you put somebody down, they will actually cling to you because they're trying to get your satisfaction. Y'all, that's the reason why a lot of times we have family members who've been putting you down, who tell you now, even with our own dad and mom. And then what happens is you try to get their approval. They've been putting you down so long, so you'll go out of your way to get their approval, and they can do nothing. And so you're attached to that. What it is, you're drawn to that, and you don't know what to do. You're drawn to it. And the same thing in a relationship. If you've ever been around a man who will knock you down some, he'll find little stuff. It's not overt, y'all. It's covert. It's not overt. And so he's not going to say it like, yeah, you know, you need to get your teeth fixed. Okay? He's not going to say it like that. But what he is going to do is he's just going to look, just pick. Just a little bit of picking. A little bit of picking. And then what happens after a while, you're going to get self-conscious. After a while, you're going to want to please him. You're going to want to say, well, am I good now? Am I good now? And y'all, it's the subtlest form of manipulation. The subtlest form of manipulation. And that's why I want you to be careful. And everybody who jokes with you is not doing that. Everybody. It takes a slick ass con artist to do that. But what I'm just giving you the game. I'm just giving you the game so you understand what's out there. And y'all, stay tuned, because in about 3 minutes, I'm going to tell all of you, anybody, or make you an offer that you won't be able to refuse, okay? And the last thing is this. The tricks men play is simply this. They focus on the flash. See, get this. You ever notice how you with a man, dresses nice every time you see him? His car shined up. You don't see him messed up now. You know, he got this good job, or he just bought this new watch, or just doing that. He got this, and he dressed in the party, got swag, and ooh, you're enamored by that. And what he's doing is he wants you to focus on the flash. I remember when I was young, I never forget this. My buddy used to play for the Cincinnati Bengals. So I played ball at A&T. And he played with me in A&T, and then he got signed by the Cincinnati Bengals. He played up there 2 years. When they went to the Super Bowl years ago, he was on that team. And I'll never forget it. I went to his house, y'all. That's when I was out there wilding. He had a convertible BMW, and we were real good friends. And he said, "Hey, man, you driving? I don't care." He would drive his truck. And so with me, I wanted them to, so I drove it to the club, focused on the flash. And then this young lady, and I'm not gonna mention her name, but she saw it. We got to talking. And so my man we had gone to the store. He was like, "Whatever you want." He was making money. And I'm focused on the flash. And all she did was focus on the flash. And I did too. Why is this important? You got to be very careful, because the number one need for most women, there have been studies, I'm not going to lump everybody in there, is the need for security. And what people don't realize is when a woman sees a man with a nice car, nice home, nice job, it satisfied that unconscious need that she has. Now, a woman can take care of herself, sure. And women making more money than men. But security is not just money. Security, so the stuff represents the security of going to work. The stuff represents the security of he gonna take care of me. If he got me, he got my back. It's not that he's going to go out and I don't have to work. No. The need for security. What security represents in a woman's mind is I don't have to worry about anything. I ain't got to worry about stuff. I got to, because he got me. And so what men do is they focus on the flash. They focus on the external shit. Anytime you got somebody focused on the external stuff and they don't talk about the internal stuff, what their dreams are, their hurts, their pains, the things like that, then you ain't going to get no emotional connection. It's going to be physical. But be aware of that. And then what you want to do, if you see somebody doing that, start talking about things that matter most. Like, because I always tell people at the end of the day, so if the car makes you, if the car's gone, then what? You ain't shit? No. The car doesn't make me. A house doesn't make me. Jewelry doesn't make me. You know what? It doesn't. If I don't have a dime, I went bankrupt, y'all. I remember I was making $100,000 a month. And I tell you, I'm very transparent. In my book, in this book I wrote right here, I wrote this book. This was my first book. God, I ain't trying to hear all that. And I wrote in this book, I talked about how I was making $100,000 a month. And I banked my self-worth around money. And then it was gone. It was gone. They took it all. And I realized something. I realized everything that I had, everything that I had done, I had attached my self-worth to what I had. And the truth is, I am what I am. I'm worth something. If I don't have a dime, I'm still valuable. You're still valuable. If you don't have a penny, and what we do is in this society of things where people want to have more material things, and we've gotten away from self-worth. So here's what I want to do. Anybody out there this week, y'all know I'm starting a class. Me and Milani, my business coach partner, she is dynamic. We're starting a class in September 14th. It's almost filling up. Here's what I'm going to do. Because of that class, I've decided I am going to do my discovery sessions with anybody got any kind of issues they want to discuss. I'll give you 1 hour. I normally do it for $225. I'll do it for free because I want to help people. I've done 102 episodes. I don't get paid for this. I'm blessed, but I don't get paid for this. I get paid because I want to help people. At the end of the day, if you want help, inbox me. We'll set up a time and we'll talk. And let's see where you are. Because if you're not willing to invest in yourself, you'll never profit. You'll never get better. The truth is, my late bishop said this. He said, Ken, how can you profit from something you've never invested in? Why do people want to profit from something that they have never invested in? I think one of those stocks, my buddy is in the stock market. He said some stock, I don't know if it was Tesla, or some stock went up $118 yesterday. He was like, the people who invested in it, they got paid. And I said, what about the people who didn't invest? He said, they didn't get shit. And that's what's going to happen to you. You got to be willing to invest. I'm willing to invest my time in you. So inbox me if you want to do that. Listen, that's my time, y'all. I'm done for the day. I'm Ken Canion, the host of Love, Lust, and Lies. And until tomorrow, you guys have a great day. Remember this, every journey starts with one step. Take yours today. Peace.